Welcome to this LEX 18 Digital Conversation. I'm Dia Davidson. You know, many high school seniors have either started already the college admission process or will get on it now that we're firmly into 2020. Their families also have been either planning for this day or at least thinking about how to help their scholar finance their higher education dreams. One area private school has developed a partnership with a local college to help ease the sticker shock that goes along with paying for college. Joining me now to talk a little bit more about this shared mission, Georgetown College President Will Jones and Lexington Christian Academy Head of School Mark Sisk.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about this because this is a huge economic push for both institutions, and this is a win-win for schools, students, and parents.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about what this means to your students over at Lexington Christian.
I think that can be a big pressure relief point for many parents. They're looking out at college education costs, which continue to grow each year, and they're uncertain. They just don't know how they're going to be able to afford that. And because of this unique arrangement that we've entered into with Georgetown, those parents who are at our school today will now know that they have a path forward in their higher education at no more than they're paying for their senior at our school today. That's a big relief.
That is, and they've been paying it for the past 12, 13 years. For more, they can probably say, oh, we can do this, we can do this. Mr. Jones, this is huge. Why did Georgetown want to do this?
Well, thank you again for having us, and thanks for the partnership. We're grateful to be able to partner with wonderful schools like Lexington Christian. This is the 190th year of Georgetown College. We're looking towards our bicentennial year, and we wanted to start the celebration a little bit early. And as a part of that celebration, we're announcing different partnerships and different scholarships. We want to partner with Christian schools and to provide those schools, their students, their graduates, with a scholarship to Georgetown College. So it's a celebration, and we hope it'll be a win for the families, a win for the schools, and a win for the college.
Well, now, is this special endowment funds that the school was able to raise to be able to offset the costs? Or how did you come up with this wonderful gift to be able to give?
Well, like all of our scholarships on campus, we're able to offer those because of the generous support of our alumni and friends.
Well, this is a generous gift that we'll keep on giving. How do students go about, I guess, applying for it, or is this sort of an automatic thing once they graduate from LCA? Is it immediate entry, or what's kind of the process?
Well, that's a great question because we want to make sure that they know how to actually navigate these waters. So I would encourage young people to start early at LCA,
Yes.
and then graduate from there. During probably the end of their junior year, they need to apply to Georgetown College, or at least come for a visit and take a closer look. Application is free. It's available online, georgetowncollege.edu. And once they apply, if they meet the college's admission standards, then they would qualify for this scholarship, which for students from LCA will be a 4-year, $110,000 scholarship to Georgetown College.
Wow.
Yes.
You were telling me about a mother from
Yes.
your school,
Yes.
and this meant the world to her.
It really did. When she learned that she now could send her student on to another faith-based educational institution, and the financial burden would not be any more than what they have been carrying so far, that was just a big pressure relief for her. And it's great.
You've been able to keep tuition relatively in control at LCA.
We have, yes, it's a constant challenge
Oh,
to keep that down, and that's every year one of our biggest obstacles. And our parents are working so hard to be able to provide a Christian education for their kids, and we are big believers in kingdom education throughout a student's educational journey. So that's not just preschool and kindergarten and grammar school and our high school that we have at LCA, but we want those students to also be able to have access to kingdom education in higher education, which is why it makes perfect sense to partner with Georgetown. We know we have a very rigorous course of study at LCA. As President Jones mentioned a minute ago, start those kids early at LCA. there's a good reason to do that, and that's because the longer we feel like we have them in our nurture and care, the better equipped they will be when they come out of LCA. We have extremely excellent scores, ACT scores, and we have a mantra at our school that no child should ever suffer an academic penalty for choosing a Christian education. And so we're going to make sure that they have the best opportunities in the arts and in athletics and these co-curricular programs, but especially academically. We're going to, and I believe that's what made us attractive to Georgetown College.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it's the whole person, isn't it?
Yes.
And at Georgetown, you speak of the whole person. That is exactly, I think, the differentiator between a Georgetown College education and what you might get one of the other 4,000 colleges and universities across the country is that at Georgetown, we care what students are learning, head knowledge, but we also care who are they becoming, heart knowledge.
Yes.
And since I've arrived at Georgetown back in July of last year, I've said regularly as I've gotten to know the faculty and our students and our coaches and our staff, that we offer a championship level education of the heart and mind.
Yes.
A championship level education of the heart and mind. We care about both equally at Georgetown.
And it's a beautiful campus nestled in Georgetown, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Georgetown's terrific.
Yeah.
And we have the best of everything. We have Georgetown and all that Georgetown has to offer. And if we don't have it there, then we're 18 minutes away from downtown Lexington. And so I think it's a great place for lots of young people, especially those from Fayette County and LCA, I think, coming to Georgetown. Well, you all pull students from across this region.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, I think, a great transition for them to come from LCA's campus to our campus, which is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, this is tuition, not room and board, right?
Right.
Okay, so parents would still have to assist, or I guess financial aid would be available?
So there are other types of financial aid that students could use to apply towards their cost of education. So there is a portion of the tuition that wouldn't be covered, and again, the families have been used to paying that. But with room and board, they can use their Kentucky state aid that's available for attending a private college. If they're a needy family and a student with decent grades, they could probably end up with another $5,000 or $6,000 that they could apply towards the cost of education to attend Georgetown.
Or you could keep them at home and let them live at home, right?
Well, at Georgetown College, we believe that the best education is one where students are residential
Yes.
Yeah.
on our campus. So, LCA students, for the most part, all in all, are going to have to live on campus, which is, I think, a great thing for them. I should say they don't have to; they get to.
Yes.
To live on campus, and we're excited about adding them to our community because they are such great students, and they're going to be great community members at Georgetown College.
But now the community at LCA it pulls from the parents and grandparents and all of that.
Yeah.
And I guess this is something that would transition to Georgetown as well. Talk to us a little bit about when the families come to visit. Do you have a separate time for families? Because it can be kind of tough. These are our little ones, and we're sending them away to kind of help to cut those cords. What do you guys do to help kind of ease the parents away from the kids? Because the kids are probably running, booking away, but mom is probably still kind of holding that skirt tail.
Well, it's interesting you say that because it is mom, for the most part, that is, according to research, the most influential on where a young person decides to go to college.
Yeah.
So at Georgetown, we are recruiting the student, but we're also recruiting the mom.
Right.
So when those folks come to campus, moms, dads, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends of family members, they're incorporated into that preview day just as much as the student is. And they have their own track that they follow, just like the student does. And once the student is enrolled on campus, we have special opportunities for parents or parent-like people to plug in to be a part of the Georgetown College campus and to the Georgetown College community. We have a social media page for parents on Facebook. Our Vice President for Enrollment Management, Jonathan Sandswise, he's a person who regularly monitors that and responds directly to parent questions. And I think that's one of the things that makes Georgetown special is if you're a mom and you have a question, you're going to get an answer from a vice president.
Wow.
Or you're going to be responded to by the president.
Right.
I have folks who call me sometimes. But we do hope that parents will let go and allow their young person to grow and to mature and to take wonderful adventures around the world. At Georgetown College this year, we are the #1 college or university in the state for job and graduate school placement within 6 months of graduation.
Wow.
#1 in the state for job and graduate school placement within 6 months of graduation. And that's the second year in a row that we've achieved that accolade.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
huge.
It is huge. I mean, so you think about all the great schools we have in colleges and universities in our state, we're #1 for job and grad school placement. And I think a lot of it is because we have that special community for faculty and students engage one another in teaching and learning. We have wonderful opportunities, as you know, for study abroad. We have an Oxford honors program.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people have honors program, but we have an Oxford honors program. We have a special partnership with Oxford,
Okay.
the #1 university in the
World, yes.
where our students actually become Oxford students for a semester, and on their transcript, not only are they Georgetown College students, but they're also Oxford University students. And I think that relates directly to that #1 ranking in Kentucky.
Wow. That's very impressive.
It is, and most people don't know.
No, I didn't.
So here we are. That's why
I'm
we're
learning.
here
That's why
today.
we're here.
That's why we're here.
When will this actually sort of roll out? When will we see our first senior class from LCA merge over to
We
Georgetown?
are seeing it already.
Okay.
There's already been about a dozen students that have applied and been accepted, and at least a couple who are committed to attending this upcoming year. So we're excited to see it gain traction quickly, and we look to build on that.
And then how exciting for you in 4 years, 3 or 4 years, to see these young people
Yes.
march across the stage at
Absolutely.
Georgetown
Yes.
and on to the rest of their lives?
Yes.
Wow. But you also have a partnership, to be fair, with Scott County Schools and some other public
do.
schools as well.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about
Sure.
that just for those individuals? Which county schools are involved, and is it the same sort of deal that you have with LCA?
Well, it's similar. You know, again, as a part of our nod to our bicentennial year coming up, and in now 9 years, and this our 190th, and the excitement that comes with that, we announced some special scholarships. You know, the Christian Partners Scholarship. That's one that we've rolled out in a couple different communities in Louisville, Lexington, Northern Kentucky. We also announced the Legacy and Legend Scholarship, and it is for Scott County, Owen County, Franklin, and Casey counties as well. And that is a full tuition scholarship for young people who graduate or live in one of those 4 counties.
Wow, and so they would apply the same way online,
Yes.
and they would have to meet the criteria.
Yes, once they're admitted, then they would receive this scholarship. In addition to that, we also have announced an independent school partnership. So just this morning, actually, we were in Paris at Paris High School and announced the partnership with their school as well, which is a 4-year, $80,000 scholarship for students who graduate from Paris High School. So we have the independent schools that we're partnering with. We also have the Christian schools that we're partnering with, and then we have these special Legacy and Legends communities that we want to say thank you to for supporting Georgetown College for 190 years.
Oh, indeed. Thank you, gentlemen, so very much. So
thank
informative,
you.
so wonderful, something to help our children to be able to
Yes.
attain a higher education,
Yes.
because we don't want that to become something that is so elite that, you know, no one can attain
Right.
it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having us.
Thank you so much for watching this edition of LEX 18's Digital Conversation. For more, just log on to our website, lex18.com. Until next time, I'm Dia Davidson.